you couch suckers! How are you doing out there, boppers? Welcome to Film Shrapnel. I'm Tobias, this is Craig, and we are going to do, or at least I'm going to pitch to Craig, my remake of The Warriors. Hello, Craig.
Hello, how's it going, man?
I can't wait to tell you what my idea is and see what you think.
Yeah, we did mention in the previous pod that we felt that this is a movie that could be remade really well. So I'm very curious to hear your ideas, to be honest, Tobias, because I think it's going to be quite interesting.
Well, funnily enough, my reimagining of The Warriors, and it is a reimagining, I'm changing a lot. I don't want to set it in New York.
Really?
Have a guess as to where I do want to set it.
Would you set it in Watford?
I'd set it in London.
Ah.
And I would reimagine it so it's not gangs of London, but football firms. And it's like I would have it so it's like all these football firms, maybe not even in London, but maybe we could do all of England. You know, England's not particularly big, but like you could have all these football firms coming together for this big meeting by like, I don't know, the Chelsea football firm calls a big meeting or something because they're known for being absolute fucking hooligans when they go abroad. That's a big clue as to what I'm doing. I think you set this. I think you set our English Warriors. You do like a football hooligan film, and you set it like just before a World Cup. So then, like a big football firm calls a meeting and is like, "We'll set up a big international English firm, and we'll go out and we'll beat the living shit out of all the people that England play." Because that is what they do, but they just don't come together and do it. It's not really about togetherness, football firms. It's all about
Us and
the
them.
other guy. It's always us and them. So
Yeah.
my pitch would be a football hooligan film about all the firms coming together. They're going to do an international English firm where they are going to go to the World Cup and beat up all the French people, all the German people, and they're just there to be fucking racist as they are. And one gang, maybe from Watford, because you're from Watford, and also it's a W, so they could be the Watford Warriors. I don't know anything about. I don't really know much about even if Watford does have a firm.
I think they do. I think they've definitely got one.
I mean, I imagine all these football clubs have a firm of some kind. But like, it could be from Watford. They could be Watford, and they could be going for a meeting in Hyde Park, and they've got to get back to Watford and avoid all the gangs along the way. I mean, we could maybe like have a look at the logistics or the geography of London. But you can bop along the tubes. You can bop off on the London trains. In East London, you have the Sky Lift as well, which could make for an interesting sequence. And this group of lads from North London have to travel from South London back to North London and avoid getting killed along the way. And that's my pitch for like an English Warriors.
I can dig it.
Can you dig it? Can you dig it?
No, I do like it. I think it should probably, because I'll tell you. So when we were in university, we were in the University of East London.
Yeah.
And there was a time when I was like commuting in from, Watford. Yeah, Watford. Well, Bushy, the town next to it, which is kind of part of Watford. And it used to take me like 2 hours, which is roughly the same amount of time that I know it took the Warriors to get from this park to Coney Island. If, by the way, they weren't interrupted by the trains not working and other things happening. It's 2 hours minimum. And so I think it should, if it was Watford, making like the meeting point where the assassination happened like really far east, southeast even, further southeast the better. Maybe even make it somewhere like Barking or something. Actually, I could probably imagine it happening in a place like Barking. Barking's quite rough.
Mm.
Barking makes Watford look very chill, actually.
Or Croydon. Go to Croydon.
Or even Croydon, yeah. Croydon maybe is even better.
Go like, because I used to live in. I used to literally live round the corner from Selhurst Park, the Crystal Palace football ground, and literally, like, I could walk to Crystal Palace in like the football ground anyway. I could walk to Selhurst Park in about 5 minutes from my old gaff. And like, and in all fairness, like, I lived there for many years, and I never got into trouble or anything. Like, people were pretty blessed, but there was always this feeling of, it is a bit of a rough area.
I remember when you were living there, it was very rough looking.
But again, you say that, but like, never got into any arguing with anyone.
Yeah. Also, I just had a thought for your idea. So a big thing, well, not a big thing, but a part of the Warriors is that, as we explained in the other episode, a lot of the news that's like traveling between the gangs is happening through the radio. So I think in this one, like, it's got to be social media, hasn't it? Where people are talking about this stuff. Like, I don't know, someone could falsely state on social media that some gang from wherever killed whoever, and it just spreads like wildfire, and everyone just believes it.
Well, I mean, I think the Cyrus character should be Danny Dyer.
Really?
Yeah. Can't, you sucker.
What the fuck?
Can you dig it, mate?
Oh, man. Oh. But also, tell me about the violence, because that's another thing we spoke about.
Well,
in...
So, I mean, I would definitely go for like typical football hooligan violence. I mean, football hooligan movies, they're usually about violence, and the thrill of violence and stuff like that. So, obviously it'd be angled more towards that than just like. And also, I think like the football hooligan culture, you'd have no choice but to sort of discuss that. Whereas in the original, we don't really see the culture of the gangs. Like, I think that would have maybe made it more interesting if we got more of the culture of each gang. But like, football hooliganism is, its own subculture in the UK, and I think you have no choice but to talk about it. So yeah, I think there'd be more of that. And obviously there are real life football firms. So like, we've got a lot of things we can draw from real life as well. I'm not seeing this as a futuristic thing either. I'm seeing this as like London today. Yeah. Now.
Yeah, I agree. I feel that it could work now. I was thinking as well, I forgot to mention this in the other episode, but what I quite liked in the beginning of the film is when Cyrus is like assassinated, there is a panic, a big panic. Everyone starts running everywhere. The police are arriving, arresting people. I really like that panic, by the way. I really like that. Mm-hmm. And I think if we remade it, I'd want to even take that further. It reminds me of like going to raves and then the police busting up the rave and everyone's like, fuck, everyone's running around, trying to get out, not get busted. It reminds me of that. Like, I'd love to lean into that as well in a remake.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, like, there's no guns really in London. So like, it's all very sort of
stabby.
It's all close quarters combat. Stabby rather than shooty. Obviously, in the Warriors, like, there's only really one gun that's used, but there is a gun. Whereas I think it'd be more interesting if it was, gunless. Then it is more violence focused.
Mm. I didn't really think about that, and actually, in the original, how there's so little guns. But they say at the very beginning, don't they? Everyone come without weapons.
Yeah.
So that's a big part of it. But there would have been people on the street with weapons when they were chasing them, but that doesn't really happen either.
Well, they got like bats and stuff.
Yeah, but it's not the same as a gun, is it?
Well, yeah, but like, in the UK, no one has guns. So going tooled up is like having a screwdriver with you, or, a kosh, or, a crowbar, something like that. That's your tool.
Yeah.
Or a knife, I guess. But yeah, you know, um, you already eliminate the need for guns just setting it in the UK.
That's true. Or anywhere in Europe, really.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. But tell me also then, in your reimagining of the Warriors,
Mm-hmm.
tell me about like how much would you change when it comes to like the actual like the fight scenes and the logistics, like because the plot is very simple, isn't it? Like they need to get home.
I
But
I would definitely have more death in it.
yeah,
Um, I don't think I would have a police officer throwing you under a train.
yeah.
Um,
Why not?
and this is the thing on the tube. I don't know if many listeners have been on the tube before, but I've used the tube a lot, and there was once a time I was on a train, and then as we're pulling into a platform, I hear this big crash, and then the guy, the driver of the train, he got on the tannoy, and he was very panicked, and he was like, "Everyone needs to get off the train right now," and we all get off the train, and someone had jumped in front of the train. It was really horrible, like really traumatic experience for everyone there. So like a load of people went around and like they tried to work on the guy, but it's obvious that it was obvious that this guy was gone. Really, really scary. But like the trains didn't run for hours and hours after that. I had to get the bus home instead of the train because like
Yeah,
they had to deal with it. So I think if someone gets run over by a train, you're not going to be using the train for a while.
that's
Um,
true.
so like, look, if someone does get run over by a train in our movie, in my Warriors, you know, I would use that as a thing. Okay, they've got to get on a different line. They've got to jump on the northern line instead.
Yeah, maybe one of their guys could get hit, and it
Mm.
just shuts down the whole system. Yeah, when you think about it, it's like just imagine being the people that have to deal with that. That's really fucked up. To
Yeah, yeah,
There's
it was
a body
pretty
mangled
brutal.
on the rails between the rails and a train, and it's your job to then remove that body. It's very like, yeah, that's horrific.
Yeah, I can't. I tell you, I wouldn't want to do it. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I definitely would have more death. Uh, I'd have more violence. I'd have more like scuffs, like some more like fighting in it. Um, and the thing is, with like football hooligan movies, the violence is like quite realistic. Like it's realistic, sort of like street fighting kind of thing. It's not flashy or anything. And I think I'd lean into that more. Like I wouldn't make it flashy violence, but more gritty violence.
hmm,
Um, and yeah, and I wouldn't stop the movie just to have a sexy moment.
yeah. But we did discuss though uh, that we could have someone be like something rapey happening, but like repercussions for it if there was
Well,
something.
the thing is though, like I don't think there is much of that going on with football hooligans. Maybe there is, but like you know, I think most of the lads in a firm would be pissed off with you if they find out that you were doing something like that.
Really?
I would imagine so. Like they just like having a fight. It doesn't mean they're like scumbags of the earth. They just like having a bit of an argy bargy. I'm not trying
Oh,
to be. I'm not trying to be an apologist for football hooligans, but like, a lot of like I've seen a few football hooligan movies where they do incorporate something like that, and that's when someone's gone too far with it. It's not the norm. Whereas I think it's played to be normal in the Warriors.
yeah. It kind of feels like that, doesn't it? Like there's no repercussions for that kind of behavior.
Like it's just like what they get up to on a weekend. It's like, oh, girl in the park. Well, you know what we have to do. Rather than like it just seems like it's what they do. The same is in Clockwork Orange. It's very normal for them to get into something like that. Whereas I would think you couldn't convince a whole group of lads to join you in on that in a football firm. But maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
There was one thing I was just thinking about, and it's completely gone out of my head that I thought was going to be really relevant. But I am thinking about the. Oh, I remember now. Speaking of this kind of like gritty violence, you know what comes to my head when I think of English kind of gangstery movies?
Gangster
Lock,
number one.
Stock. No, I
Lock,
haven't seen that.
Stock. Lock,
Yes,
Stock's
and
good,
yeah, I'm thinking specifically about the moment where Vinnie Jones, who's by the way from Watford,
and a real footballer.
and a real footballer, the scene where he's smacking that guy's head with the car door.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. That kind of level of brutal violence. I don't know.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure. I buy that. In fact, let's get Vinnie Jones in this motherfucker.
I think he should be in it. Yeah, I think he should.
Now, like you pointed something out interesting in our previous episode that like they're young kids. I wouldn't do it as young kids. I would do it as like grumpy men who probably are in their like early 30s. They've been doing this for maybe 10, 15 years. They're definitely too old to be, starting fights with other football firms and stuff. And, I would definitely do it like that. Fuck it, I'd even get it like Sean Pertwee can be in this motherfucker. I don't mind. But then again, so another thing is, do we want to directly reference the Warriors? Like, should we have lines of dialogue that reference it directly? Like, I don't know.
Come out to play. Something like that.
Do we
Would
have
that fit?
to play? Do they all go to this big meeting and they're like, how many firms are here? And they go, I don't know. Can you count, sucker? Or do we really want to directly reference it, or do we just want to use the movie as as just source material for our own story?
Mostly source material, but I think a few lines here and there could point back to it. Why not? It makes sense. It's a nice reference for people who like it, who like the original.
I'll shove that bat up your ass and turn you into a hubba bubba. No, what?
Yeah,
What?
that
Not
could
a
kind
hubba
of work.
bubba. Not what were the lollipops that we have in the UK?
The Chuppa Chumps.
Chuppa chumps.
But they're everywhere.
I'll shove your bat up your ass and turn you into a chuppa chump. Yeah, but they're not American, are they? Americans say popsicle, don't they?
Popsicle's different. Isn't a popsicle?
Or maybe they do tie a mattress to a woman's back.
Why? Why would they do that?
Because that's a line in the original movie.
Okay, but give me the context. Why would it happen though? It would just seem funny if it just.
I'm just saying things at this point. Or maybe you have a group of women called Lizzie. They're all called Lizzie. They're not a football firm. They're just a group of women called Lizzie. So they're the Lizzies.
Yeah, I don't know. If there's a reason, okay. If there's no reason, I wouldn't go for it.
Should one gang be on roller skates the whole time?
Can't play football with roller skates. Or
Well,
can you?
no, but they're not playing football. They're just fighting for their club
Yeah.
on roller skates.
I don't know. Roller skates, just not very intimidating, I find.
No, I know, I know.
But so who would you put in this movie then? Because I agree they should be older guys.
Yeah, they should be older. I think Danny Dyer would be a good sort of Cyrus type because he's not young anymore. He's I think he's old enough to be someone that you can buy as someone who's been doing football hooliganism for a long time, and now he's rallying the troops. Like he's just done a brand new film called Marching Powder, which is about like a guy who's in his 50s or something, but he's still getting on the cocaine every week and this, that, and the other. And I have to say, like, I'm not a huge Danny Dyer fan, but then I watched the trailer for this Marching Powder. Maybe you guys should watch it too. You should watch it, Craig. The trailer, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to watch this movie. And the trailer doesn't actually tell you much, but it's just the way the trailer is. I'm like, yeah, I'm sold on this. This is a great trailer. But yeah, I'd definitely have someone like a Danny Dyer type. There's like a few English actors that are known for football hooligan films.
Yeah.
So like we could utilize them. There's like that Arabic guy that is always in a Danny Dyer film. Let me quickly get his name. I've forgotten his name. He's in Football Factory and a bunch of other
I
stuff.
haven't seen Football Factory.
Oh, it's great.
What about Jason Statham? Or is he too much?
See, I think he's too over the top, Jason Statham. His name's Tamer Hassan. He's in a lot of football hooligan films.
You know what? Actually, I think that does sound familiar.
He's good. He's a good actor.
I think I have seen him before. Yeah, I've seen him before.
Yeah, he's in The Firm. I think he's in The Business. He's in a bunch of films, a bunch of like football hooligan films. He might even.
Where have I seen him from?
He might be in Rise of the Foot Soldier. I forget now.
I think I know where I've seen him from. He's in Layer Cake. Maybe I've seen him in that.
Oh, I like.
He's
Layer
also
Cake.
a Kick-Ass. Layer Cake is probably one of the best British gangster movies, I think.
You're right. He is in Kick-Ass as well. No, Gangster Number One is the best British gangster film.
I haven't seen it. I need to check it out.
Oh, it's quality. But yeah, he is in Kick-Ass. I always forget he's in that because he's just like a random henchman. And then who else? You could have like Vinnie Jones. I think is an obvious person to put in. He always finds himself in these things. I mean, I suppose I don't mind if Jason Statham was in it. It's just I just see him as too much of an action guy now. Like he's in so many action movies. So I don't think I'd buy him as a grounded, gritty.
No. You know what else it is as well? It's just that he's a bit, funny enough, like I wouldn't say he's an amazing actor, but he seems a bit too suave. You don't see him as a failure. You want these guys to be a bit like down, like a bit, what's the word I'm looking for? Like a bit like lowest of the low kind of feel. But you don't really get that with Jason Statham.
I mean, he works in Lock, Stock and Snatch, but the thing is, you're right. He's worked his way up, so he doesn't. He feels like a bit too well put together.
He's a geezer, but he's not one of the cause trouble kind of guys.
He's a geezer.
Yeah.
Well, what if it's Michael Caine?
Michael Caine?
Where he's like, can you dig it? Can you dig it? We're going to get together. Can you count, you suckers? Can you count, fuckers? We're gonna go to this World Cup and we're gonna fuck everyone up. Can you dig it?
Oh, damn it.
I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what? Now that I've said it, I kind of do want Michael Caine in this.
But I've always wondered, like, are there many older guys in these firms, like at that kind of age? I mean, Michael Caine, he's got to be touching 90 now, hasn't he? Definitely in his 80s.
Let me look him up. Michael Caine. I am Michael Caine. He is 92 years old.
Wow, I didn't know he was 92. Fuck.
92. And that's Sir Michael Caine to you, cunt.
I'll never call anyone sir. Don't care.
He's been in over 160 plus films.
That's a lot of experience.
That's a lot. So you know he'll bring his A game to the English Warriors. I'll only do it if Christopher Nolan is going to direct it. He's pretty much the only cunt I'll work for nowadays.
You know, I was just thinking as well. I was thinking recently, actually this morning even, about, I'm kind of inspired by The Warriors, a movie that is pretty much from the beginning to end just action. Not really much plot going on. It's just someone trying to get from point A to point B to survive, to fight their way through. I haven't seen John Wick.
They're good.
Yeah, I know. I should see it. And I was thinking who I'd really like to direct that. And I'm thinking of the Safdie brothers who did Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. And also that other movie with Robert Pattinson in it, Happy Fun Time or something. What was it called? Uncut Gems is better. But what I really like about them, although they're Americans, so they wouldn't really... I don't think probably should be a British director, but it needs to have that feeling of tension and on the edge all the time. And what I really like about the Safdie brothers is that you always feel that with them. They make you feel so uncomfortable all the time. They're really great at it. And I'd love this film to feel like that. Like you feel the uncomfort of the characters who have got to trudge their way home and fight back. And they feel like there's danger at every fucking corner. It's got to feel like that. Because I think in The Warriors, there are points where the action kind of stops. We were talking about this with the women as well. But there were other points as well where they kind of stop and scoping out an area. But I think this film should feel like it's just non-stop almost. They can't catch a break between where they are and where they need to get home to be safe.
But that's not to say that there can't be like love interests. Like I would, because I could definitely see Juno Temple in this as well.
Really?
Yeah, she's great. And she's I could definitely see her being in like a British hooligan film.
You can call her Lizzie.
Yeah. Yeah, mate. My name is Lizzie. I'll come with you to Watford.
Oh, that's sad. That's really sad. If that's your only ambitions.
And then we could get who's the guy who did Kidulthood and Adulthood?
Noel Clarke.
Noel Clarke. We'll get him in this motherfucker.
Yeah, he's got some legal troubles at the minute, though.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's been accused of doing some bad stuff to women.
No.
But I don't really know the details.
Oh, don't say that. I like him. Oh, I'm going to look it up now.
There's some people are saying it's all bullshit and it's been made up, but yeah, I don't know. I can't say. I don't know enough about it. But yeah, he would have been a good call.
Oh, shit. Yeah, it looks like... Yeah. Oh, yeah, this isn't good.
You know, who else I'd also like to... what's it called? I think you could take some of the cast of Peaky Blinders as well. I'm not really a fan of it. I really tried to get into Peaky Blinders. I knew a lot of people who really liked it, but I just felt like the plot was really repetitive every season. I was like, this is the same thing. But there's a lot of people here who probably fit in it.
You see, I've yet to watch it, but I do know who's in it. Like, I know Tom Hardy's in it, and I know he he would be good in a British gangster movie. I know Cillian Murphy's in it.
Yeah.
Beyond that, though, I'm not sure.
So I see Paddy Considine is in it as well.
Oh, he's good.
He's great. He was, by the way, what was that show called? The kind of prequel series of Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, the House of Dragons.
Yes, he's in that, and he's really good. Like
I heard
he does some great action in that acting in that movie, in that show.
He's good.
He's a good actor.
He's a great director as well.
Yeah, I heard he directed some stuff, but I'm not sure I've seen anything of his.
Oh, I'm sure I showed you Tyrannosaur with Olivia Colman and Eddie Marsden.
What one? Sorry?
It's called Tyrannosaur with.
Oh yeah, did he direct that?
He directed that. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, that's a very good film.
Brilliant film.
Oh, and if you got some Scottish guys, no, you wouldn't get them, would you? Because it's an English thing. Because I was going to say that
you can have Scottish people coming,
but why? Because it would make sense.
What if the Scottish guys are this movie's version of the Rogues, where they're the ones that want to stop like a big English firm because they hate England.
Yeah, but why would they be there?
Well, they just decided to. They're the Rangers firm.
Yeah, maybe. But there was one actor I was specifically looking for from Peaky Blinders, but I don't know his name. Maybe it's this guy.
I was thinking of the heroin dealer in Trainspotting, who's also in Tyrannosaur.
Yes, that's the guy. I was for Scottish guys. Yes, I was thinking from Peaky Blinders. There's this one guy called Paul Anderson. I don't think he's massively well known. I think he also got in trouble for having cocaine recently. Yeah, crack cocaine even. Oh shit, that was last year. But he's really got this very brutish, loud Englishness that I think would fit in.
Yeah, I recognise it. I just looked him up. Yeah, I know him.
He's kind of really well known for just saying Peaky Blinders, Peaky fucking Blinders, like this. And I think that kind of energy would really fit in with this.
Yeah. I suppose that lad from The Kingsman would fit in as well. For the younger lads. What's his name? Taron Egerton.
He's a Welsh guy, right?
Well, with a name like Taron or whatever it is, I imagine so.
I think I watched him recently in the film about Tetris, which was quite good. I didn't know it was such a crazy thing. It's all right. Yeah, it's a good movie. It's worth it. Taron Egerton.
You're right. He is from Wales. He was born in Birkenhead.
I know I've seen him in something else as well, but I can't really He's 35.
He did The Kingsman. He was Elton John in The Rocket Man. He was Eddie the Eagle. He's done a few things.
Yeah. Yeah, he'd be good, I think. He'd be good. But we'd have to think who would these people even play? I'm not sure.
My name's Walton Geezer. I'm a Watford Warrior. I'm not Eggsy. Stop calling me Eggsy.
But maybe they would have nicknames, by the way. Wouldn't they?
Oh, sure.
And would also, in the Warriors, they kind of all have their own kind of roles within the gang. Would these guys also have their roles within this remake? But what would they even be within a firm?
So, then this is the thing. We need to decide on the age. If Taron Egerton's going to be like Swan, like the war chief, who's going to take over when Cleon gets whacked, then it wouldn't make sense to have anyone older than him in different roles. However, if we age them up a bit, like I could definitely see Tom Hardy being the Ajax character,
Yeah.
who's like rough around the edges. He wants to be war chief when their leader dies. Who made you war chief? And then yeah, I could see him going, I'm going to go knit to this bird on the bench. You guys carry on. In fact, like I watched, I was telling you, I watched this Tom Hardy TV show on YouTube, just like, because I was doing a long distance commute from holiday back to Bangkok. And so I just watched it on my phone. And I forget what it's called now. The Take. That's it.
Yes.
Take. And it's just Tom Hardy being a massive prick
Yeah.
for 6 hours. And he does do some really morally disgraceful things. And he's a really likable actor, but like he really does commit to a role. So yeah, if we're going to age it up a little bit, then yeah, I'd say Tom Hardy for Ajax. And then, how old's Tom Hardy?
He's got to be in his 40s by now, surely.
I'd imagine so. Tom Hardy.
He's 47.
47. God, he looks great for 47. I hope I look that good at 47. Jesus Christ.
Man, I'm 32 and he looks younger than me.
Yeah. Scary. Right. English actors between 30 and 40. Right, let's see what comes up. Ugh. Oh, I hate all of them.
We were kind of thinking about recasting the Warriors now. And I was like, I don't really know any young actors that I like, really.
Well, this is the thing. Like, I've got up like 10 names ish, or 8 names, and a bunch of them. I'm like, I do not want them in this film. I've got Nicholas Hoult, who's 35.
Nicholas Hoult is 35, isn't he older than that?
No, he was born in 1989, so maybe 36.
Really?
But yeah, I don't really like him for this. Daniel Radcliffe, also 36. Do not like him for this.
You don't like Daniel Radcliffe?
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You really want Harry Potter? You want Harry Potter in this? Fuck
yeah,
off.
Why not? Yeah, come on,
No.
You could do it. You could make him. I'm sure you could. He's a good actor. I actually was really. We were rewatching the Harry Potter movies again. We watched them like a couple of years ago, and my daughter doesn't really remember them, so we're watching them again, and she gets them a bit more now. And I was actually thinking when I was watching it, especially the first movie, like, oh, he's actually like, he's actually quite a good little actor. Like,
no, he's not. No.
Yeah, he's all right. He's good.
It's only been since he got out of Harry Potter did he start being somewhat decent. Like, there was
I disagree.
There was one film where he plays like a racist, like a neo-Nazi.
Yeah.
But I missed the beginning of the film and I was enjoying it. But then, like, he's actually like an undercover FBI agent, and I'm like, I just don't buy you as an FBI anything. I don't buy you as anything except fucking Harry Potter. I look at him and he's fucking Harry Potter. Like, I can't.
He was cast so well. They must have been so fucking happy when they were making Harry Potter and they came across this kid and he's like, wow, he's perfect. He acts like him. He looks like him. He's just like, this is the kid. This is definitely the kid.
And you know what? Like, yeah, fair enough. But that last shot of the last film where they age him up and he's married to Ginny and he's like, oh, you've been named after an amazing wizard, young Albus. And I'm like, I just don't buy you as a grown man.
Yeah.
At all.
I did find that weird.
Yeah, I just look at you, you're a child. And then another name I've got on this list, Robert Pattinson. Now, I like Robert Pattinson, good actor. I do not think he would work in this. Maybe.
I
He,
think you could maybe get him if he was really committed to it. I think he could do it.
I mean, he's 39.
Wow, he's 30, so he's older than Nicholas Hoult. That's weird.
He
In
is
my
older
head,
than
it's the other way
Nicholas Hoult.
around.
And I've got some other names here, but like the one that I'm like going, Daniel Kaluuya, him I would like for this.
Ah, he's a good actor, yeah.
He's really good. I really like it. I don't think I've seen anything with him where I thought he was bad in it. I like him as an actor a lot.
And he feels more London to me. Like I feel like some of
Yes.
the other suggestions of people far away, like middle England. Daniel Kaluuya, I think he's even from. Is he from Camden? I swear I read that somewhere that he's from Camden.
I couldn't tell you, but I do like him for this. I like him a lot for this.
Yeah, he's from Camden, so he'd be
Camden
great.
Town.
It'd be good to, yeah, it'd be really good if the actors were mostly from around London because they get the
Yeah.
city more.
So yeah, let's get Michael Caine. Fuck it. Can you dig it? You slag.
Oh, I need a soundboard of just Michael Caine noises. Probably there is one online.
My name is Maurice Micklethwaite.
What?
That's his real name.
Is it really his name? His real name's Morris
His real
or
name
Maurice?
is Maurice Micklethwaite.
Wow,
I know.
what a name!
No wonder he changed it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't mind. What about? There's that Will Poulter guy.
yeah. He's matured quite a bit. That guy. I didn't used to like him much when he was young,
No.
but now I think he's a good guy. I think he's a good actor.
And also the guy. There's the two actors from Harry Potter. The one that played Dudley and the one that played Neville Longbottom. They're both somehow more successful than Daniel Radcliffe now, and they're actually really good little actors. Okay, maybe not more successful than Daniel Radcliffe, but they're definitely good actors. You could also go for Jamie Bell, who was Billy Elliot.
Jamie Bell.
Jamie Bell, yeah. He played The Thing in that really bad Fantastic Four film. But he's a good actor. He was I'm pretty sure he was like in a bit part in that Lars von Trier Nymphomaniac double feature. But he was Billy Elliot, and he was good as Billy Elliot.
Haven't really thought about him much, but yeah. So some odd roles that he has had since Billy Elliot.
Yeah, no, he's done. He's trying to be so. Oh, what about Toby Kebbell? I love Toby Kebbell. Speaking of that really bad Fantastic Four film, Toby Kebbell's Doctor Doom in that, and I really like Toby Kebbell. I don't like him in that film, but generally speaking, he's one actor I really like. I love him in Dead Man's Shoes and Rock and Roller.
Yeah. Also, I know he does some like he was in Planet of the Apes movies and a couple of them. And I think he was doing like the body work of like the apes.
Oh, well, then Andy Serkis. I can't believe we forgot Andy Serkis.
Oh yeah, he'd be great.
Let's get him in this. We'll just get all of them. All the English actors can be in this.
Beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah, it's just an English battle royale.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But then, okay, let's apart from the actors, let's get back to the plot and the logistics of getting them back home. Is there anything else that should happen? Like, I imagine they should get like in the Warriors, they have to get to Union Square Station, because they need to transfer there to get home.
So like,
should we have something similar like that?
Yeah, you've got to get to King's, like their meeting point when they split up is like King's Cross or something. And But I mean, I can see like a sequence where they're like maybe at a crossroads, like an intersection, and you'll have like four different firms. There's so many different football clubs in London that like you could be like at an intersection and there's like four different firms down each direction, and they're just in the middle, like fuck, we're surrounded, don't know what to do. I definitely think they should have to deal with Millwall because like Millwall is probably one of the more famous firms for their violence.
Mm.
I reckon Chelsea could be like the riffs of this movie. And again, like I would say, I mean, I don't know if it's just because it's W, but like I was thinking they could be the Watford Warriors. They could be a firm for Watford. Who else do we have? I don't know. There should be certain. I think a West Ham firm should be there.
You know what I'm thinking?
I think you need specific firms. I think you can't get away with doing it like if you're going to make a film featuring lots of different football firms. There's certain firms you can't avoid using, like i.e. Millwall, West Ham, Chelsea. Just ones that are really well known for how violent they are.
I was just thinking now. So let's say we're having Michael Caine is Cyrus and he gets assassinated. I'm thinking maybe because it needs to be a bit scary. You get what's his name?
And you know, Michael Caine in real life is a huge West Ham fan.
I've heard something. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry if anyone supports West Ham who is listening, but I hate West Ham fans so much. I used to work in a bar.
You like Michael Caine. You like Morris.
I like Michael Caine, but I don't like West Ham. And I don't like West Ham. They're just, I'm sorry, I'm going to sound horrible, but they're the stupidest people I've ever met in my life. I used to work in a bar and I used to serve these. Nah, well, yeah, I am. But really, they were the dumbest guys I've ever met in my life. And they were so annoying. And what made it even worse? Sorry, I got to cut you off here because I hate them so much. I used to live near the stadium as well. And I would never follow the football, so I never knew what was going on. And sometimes I'd wake up and I'd have to go to work in like a few hours. And I just started, like just the fucking crowds going mental. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, there's a match. Yeah, and then I get to the train station. It's like just full of people. It's like, fuck, I'm going to be late for work because of these dickheads. And then when I get to the bar, I'm going to be serving these same dickheads. And it was just take me like 2 hours to get in when it should take me like less than 30 minutes. So yeah, I don't like West Ham much.
I sit next to a West Ham fan at work, and we're very, very close friends.
Tell him that he's scum.
I'm going to send him a link to this podcast, and I'm going to send him time codes.
Do it. I don't care. Oh, by the way, you want to know something funny? You know what Toby Kebbell's first name actually is? Tobias. I know. Yeah, he's Tobias Kebbell.
I know. Why do you think I'm such a fan? Why do you? Also, Tobey Maguire from Spider-Man. His name is Tobias too.
Yeah. Nice. A few Tobiases. Whenever there's a Craig in a movie, he's always a loser.
Craig.
And it's not a name given to someone who's like important in anything. It's usually just some dickhead called Craig. Yeah. It's not a serious name.
Well,
anyhow,
all Craigs are twats. We all know that. All Craigs are twats. Like all West Ham fans are dumb twats. All Craigs are absolute wankers. If you can generalise, so can we.
Well, I just generalised myself, didn't I? I generalised my own name. Watch a movie, and if there's this guy called Craig in it, no, he's not going to be important, and he might even just be a dickhead who causes problems. Always happens.
He's like the the guy in Die Hard that's doing cocaine in the office and then like grassing John McClane up to the terrorists.
He's not even cool enough to do cocaine. Like, for example, I'm thinking you watched Malcolm in Middle, I assume, right?
I have.
The fat guy was called Craig.
Was he?
This is the level. Craigs are like this fat guy who works at a supermarket and is obsessed with his co-worker and is an absolute loser. This is your Craig. He's always like this. This is what I always see when there's a Craig in a movie.
Right. I'm just really quickly, I've just typed in characters in movies called Craig.
What do you get? No one interesting, right?
I got the Craig from South Park.
Yes, he's a dickhead.
And now I'm getting like actors like Craig T. Nelson.
Not sure I know him.
Yeah, you do.
Craig T. Nelson.
Craig Bellamy, footballer. Yeah. No, they're not giving me characters.
Oh, I have seen this guy before.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, there's the gay Craig in Queer as Folk.
Never watched that.
Neither have I. But it just says, there's a gay guy called Craig in Queer as Folk. I'm like, okay. I'm not really finding well-known characters called Craig.
Yeah, Tobias is more classy.
Well, of course.
But I will say this about Tobias. Many Tobiases aren't going by Tobias. We got Toby Kebbell and we've got Toby Maguire. But you don't like the name Toby, do you?
I see Toby as a separate name.
That's not what other people see, though.
No, it seems that way.
Oh, we've gone on a huge tangent.
We have. Anyway, what do you think of this movie of English Warriors?
I think it would really work if you can get a really good cast and it's hyper violent and fast paced. I think the fast paced and violence would really pay off.
Like I think you got to stick to like a 90-minute run time, and you just do action scene after action scene. You do it about the violence. You do it about the culture. I think you could have spent like, okay, all right, but really briefly before we get off, how are we killing Cyrus?
So you don't think it would be a gun?
I don't think it would be a gun. But again, like, how do you kill someone and then you're able to frame someone else in a crowd of people without a gun?
But why would it not be a gun? I mean, just because you don't really come across them so much in the UK, doesn't really mean that there wouldn't be a gun.
What about blow dart?
Blow dart's a bit silly, isn't it?
Well, I mean, yeah.
When was the last time you saw a blow dart used in a movie?
In a movie, literally the other day. What did I watch? I watched, today I watched Batman Ninja 2.
Okay, yeah, Batman Ninja 2. Okay, I can buy a blow dart in that, but I don't think I can buy it in this movie. It just seems so silly.
Ace Ventura 2 as well. Okay. What about dropping an anvil on his head?
This has become the Looney Tunes now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't really see... I think a gun still makes sense. I don't see a reason why we shouldn't use a gun to assassinate him.
To be fair, it wouldn't kill him, would it? It would just make a really, really tall bump on his head. Well, maybe he gets poisoned.
Poison could maybe work. But what's also good about a gun, and I think you should keep this, in this remake is that I think that the firm that kills Cyrus, I think that our main characters need to know that it was them, or at least one of them, like a bit like in the Warriors. I think you should keep that. I think that's really good.
All right, we'll keep the gun. Fine.
And someone has to witness that it's a gun.
Fine.
But then still the Warriors get blamed.
Right, I could dig it. Can we still at least have can you count fuckers?
Yes. Because I can see Michael Caine saying that.
Can you count?
Can you can?
Can you count?
Can you
count fuckers? You could even have that little, like, you know, when we're on home ground, we've got our turf. But when we're playing abroad, it's every man together. Fuck
Sounds
turf.
nice.
Fuck the turf. Together, we are England. And
Something like that.
We're going to take England out to the World Cup, and we're going to beat down that French team like they're fucking whatever the fuck. I've run out of improv material.
Frogs,
right. Good call. And then we're going to beat them Germans with bratwursts. We're going to take out them Italians by making them choke on their fucking spaghetti. Can you count fuckers? Yeah, I could definitely see Michael Caine getting all, like, angry at all of Europe. Just using European stereotypes to just fucking rinse them. Yeah. I think Michael Caine to Cyrus. But instead of
I can see it now. I'm sold on it.
Instead of him being like the Cyrus character, but more like, you know, just a guy that everyone respects. He like runs like he wasn't a firm, but now he's like, you know, your sort of, you know, typical London gangster. Like maybe he has some kind of agenda.
Yeah. I think it's fine just to leave it ambiguous.
Yeah.
It's enough as it is. We don't need to know more.
Right. Well, unless you can think of anything else, I think we've got a film.
We need to write a script.
No makeup.
No makeup, yeah, for sure.
No makeup.
It's unnecessary.
Yeah. And again, I think just everyone, all the firms, they just wear their team's football jerseys, and that's it.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need elaborate costumes. It's just, you know, all of the Chelsea fans wear their blue shirt. All of the Millwall fans wear their shirt. And, like, yeah, all the firms just are represented by their team's colours, and that's it. No need for rollerblades. No need for face paint. Although, you know, like they lift up their shirts at the games and they have big letters written on their chest.
That's okay.
Yeah,
because
I can see a scene where they're getting approached by a firm, and then they all take their shirt off and like perfectly line up, and like they all say "you can," or "come have it," or "come have some," or something like that. So it's like they have gotten prepared for a big fight.
Yeah. Yeah, I could see it. Oh, dude.
Right, well,
I think we're good. Yeah.
We're good. All right. That is, what we calling it?
The Warriors? I don't know.
Just the Warriors?
Not Watford Warriors?
Warriors FC.
Could work, yeah.
To be fair, I don't like Watford enough for them to be the main character.
Yeah, but you started this, though, because you called yourself Watford Warriors in your little name in our digital studio. So it's like, okay.
Again, I'm just thinking, it's just the alliteration, isn't it? It's just the alliteration. But like, yeah, maybe we could think of a different club. But yeah, like, I don't know, Harrow and Wealdstone. Wealdstone Warriors.
I don't know. Just sounds too posh, doesn't it? Harrow and Wildstone or Wildstone. I don't know. Something about it. Watford just sounds simple. Sounds a bit rough. I don't know.
Or we just call it Warriors FC. The movie's called Warriors FC. We could decide on the club that the Warriors are firm for later down the line. We just know that they have to be on the other side of London.
Yeah. It should be somewhere on the edge, for sure, to make it the distance far from where it could take place, the beginning.
Yeah. Yeah. And again, I don't see any problem with other firms from like other English clubs being at the big meeting. They just won't be featured in the, like Liverpool, Man U, Man City. Like they might be present in that first scene, but they won't be present throughout the rest of the film because they're not a London club. They would have gone home.
Like all right, makes sense.
There's more than enough London football teams.
Yeah, I agree. There's plenty of them.
All right, well, let's call it there. Let's call it a day there. Thanks for listening to my pitch and helping me refine it.
No worries, man.
I'm pretty keen.
I always like collaborating on ideas. It's always fun.
Yeah. I'm sure we could definitely come up with like a more authentic remake idea as well. But I just like that this one is like a total reimagining. Until next time.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye, boppers.
Shrapnel.